Hi everyone, thank you for watching this tutorial. So for this tutorial, we are going to work in the exercises 11, 12, and 13. And we have the same information. So we are going to work that Carmen Camry operates a consulting firm called Help Today, which began operation on December 1st on December 31. The company records show the following selected accounts and amounts for the month of December. So we need to remember that cash, accounts receivable, office supplies, office equipment, lands, and accounts payable. All those are about the assets. We are going to work with that at the end. We have common stock. Accounts payable are from liabilities. We're going to work dividends, consulting revenues, expenses, salaries expenses, telephone expenses, miscellaneous expenses. So all this information is going to work with us throughout these exercises. So for the first part, we are going to work on an income statement. And the income statement describes the company's revenues and expenses and computes net income over a period of time. So in the first part, we're going to put that this income statement is for the month ended December 31. And it's important to say that the first part of the income statement is the revenues, and the second part of the income statement are expenses. So we use the information that we received here. So for the revenues, we see that we have consulting revenues, and we have by consulting revenues 26,980, and we don't have any else about revenues. Now we have expenses, and about expenses we have rent expenses. Well, rent expenses, and we have about rent is 9,530. Now we have salary expenses. Salaries expenses, and by salary expenses we have 5,590. Then we have telephone expenses, and with telephone expenses we have 850. Now we have miscellaneous expenses, and with miscellaneous expenses we have 500. So now we have a total expenses of 16,470. So we need to calculate a net income or a net loss. So if we use 26,000 less 16,000, we will have a net income, and we'll have 26 minus 16, we'll have 10,510. So then we check our work, and the answer is completely correct. Okay, now we go through question number 12. And in question number 12, we are going to make a statement of return earnings. So it's important to understand that the statement of return earnings explains changes in return earnings from the net income or loss and any dividends over a period of time. So that is over a period of time. So we choose for a month ended December 31. So we read that we need to use the information above from December statement, and we need to the retained earnings account balance at December 1st was 0. So we retain earnings December 1st, we need to put 0. And we use the net income, the statement of return earnings. The first one is add the net income. So we use the net income that we already computed. So that was 10,510. Now we need to less dividends. And we have dividends here by 5,980. 5,980. So we already have the retained earnings for December 31 of 4,530. Now let's move through the question 13. And in the question 13, we need to create a balance sheet. So for this question, we need to understand that the balance sheet describes the financial position and with the amounts of the asset, liability, and equity at a point of time. So this is a point of time. So we select as of December 31, and we need to, in the left part, we use assets. In the right part, we use liabilities. And down, we use equity. So the assets of this company is we have cash, and the cash is the first asset is cash. Asset is cash and is 25,350. The next part is accounts receivable. The other is office supplies. The other is office equipment. Office equipment. The other is land. All those are accounts of the assets. And we already have account receivable 22,340. For the office supplies, we have 5,230. For the office equipment, we have 19,980. And for the land, we have 43,990. For about the liability, we have that accounts payable. Accounts payable are a liability. Accounts payable, so we have 10,660. And with the equity, we need to have the common stock that they gave us 10, 100, and 1,700. And the other part of this, of the equity, are the retained earnings. So we use the retained earnings that we already have in the question 12, and that is 4,530. So we use the same 4,530. And we need to remember that in this part are total assets, and in this part are total liabilities and equity. So it is important to check that total assets are equal to total liabilities plus equity. So that we know, that's how we know that we are doing the things great. So we check our work and we already have our answer is complete and correct. So thank you everybody for watching us.